Hey guys, so this is a video that I just wanted to show you guys that I usually do when I'm writing in my journal. So this is the journal I received the other day that I got the other day. Isn't it so cute? I have a little music in the background, just so it's a little bit relaxing. And of course, my pen. And I just usually just relax and just when I wind down during the night, that's when I usually write. But of course, if you're feeling a certain way during the day, of course, and you need to let it out, but you don't want to like bother anybody or things like that, you just grab your journal and you start writing, Today for me was a pretty good day. I was home most of the time. Lower that a little bit. So today was a pretty good day for me. I stood home most of the day. I went live on my other channel. I spoke to some friends, and then in the evening, I went to the movies because if you're a T-Mobile member, you guys know that T-Mobile Tuesdays, you usually get some, some gifts or coupons or whatever that you might want to use. And this week there was a $5 movie ticket for the movie Solo Mio with Kevin James. And I gotta say, I was a little skeptical at first, but that movie is actually good, It's a little bit comedy, it's a little bit of romance, so it definitely, it was a good movie, It was definitely a good movie, so I would definitely, don't be afraid just by the name and stuff like that. The movie Solo Mio was a pretty good movie. If you're into that like comedy, romance thing, it was good, So I definitely had a good night. And then we went to Hook and Reel. I had some mussels and some shrimp and some corn. Nothing really heavy. And of course, I don't eat the whole meal. I eat like half of it. So I did have leftovers. And that's about it. And that was actually my only meal today. So I really didn't overdo it for the day. It might not be the healthiest once the sauce is on it, but because that was my only meal, it wasn't as bad as it could be, It's better than French fries, it's better than any fried foods, and things like that. And that's the best part of this 75 soft challenge, that you don't have to think too much about it. Yes, during the rest of the week, of course, I'm gonna eat healthier, grilled chicken, vegetables, things like that. But I'm gonna give myself grace every now and then, I'm not gonna be so hard on myself, and you should not either. Don't be hard on yourself. We're only human. The more you make it harder for yourself, the harder it is to actually succeed. So never never feel hard on yourself. You know what? You eat, I guess not so healthy one day. Just for the next few days, make sure you're eating healthier, Make sure you're having that those steamed vegetables, that, grilled chicken, baked chicken, or whatever kind of protein you decide to make. Just make sure you eat it baked or grilled, just to make sure that you're not frying it in that, fatty oil or whatever it is like that. Just make sure you're eating good from now for the rest of the week. Tomorrow's Sunday. Today I did not make the cauliflower rice that I have in mind because I went out, but tomorrow I'll definitely be making it. And guys, today was negative 15 degrees. So it was freezing. And tomorrow is not going to be much better. It's going to be a few degrees higher, but not so much better. But unfortunately, I don't have I don't have a lot of meat in my fridge or protein. I do have the veggies and stuff, but with my cauliflower rice, I want some kind of protein. So shrimp or chicken, something like that. So I do have to go out and get it. But thank goodness, I forgot, I do have an Amazon Fresh delivery that's coming between 4 and 6 tomorrow. But if I want to start cooking earlier, I have to go and buy whatever protein I want with my cauliflower rice, earlier. But thank goodness the meat market is literally right outside, so I don't have to go far, so I'm not gonna freeze my stuff. But if you those of you that do not know, I'm from New York City. So the cold, like, yes, it's cold, and sometimes it could be unbearable if you're gonna be outside for a long time. But most of the time, just if you're going across the street or something like that, it's not the end of the world if you have your layers on and your coat and stuff like that. So, I'm not afraid of no cold. I've been here 40 plus years in NYC, and I'm used to it. But I am going to kick off this week eating right. Yesterday I did have some wonton soup and some scallops. And today I did have that hook and reel, the seafood boil of shrimps and mussels and some corn and potatoes. It wasn't much, and that was the only thing. So I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna keep going with this 75 soft challenge. Tomorrow is day 14. So, we're still in the beginning of the challenge, you know. We're gonna, tomorrow makes day 14 out of 75, and I'm not doing so bad. I'm definitely gonna start exercising more and actually show you guys. I apologize, I have not showed you guys, me being active, but I did say that I was gonna start that. So I am definitely gonna keep my word and show you guys, no matter how vulnerable I feel, because I'm gonna be, transparent with you guys. I'm not, the best in shape, and I have had kind of anxiety about it, but I am gonna get better because I know as soon as I start being more active and showing you guys, that's gonna be better for the lifestyle change. I'm gonna keep going and keep going, and it's just gonna motivate me to do better every single day. So thank you. This is my update on the 75 soft challenge and how I'm doing so far. And I just wanted to show you guys that although it's not easy, it's not hard either. And, you don't beat yourself up. You just keep going and you will succeed. We're going to succeed, and we can succeed together. Okay? Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Happy Sunday.